I have nothing at all planned that I want to say to you, but it gives me hope to talk about my future. I feel like I thrive off of goals and dreams and inspiration on what things are gonna be in the future. I couldn't give a fuck if you tune in and watch. Go fuck your mother. I dropped you on the ground. But we're still rolling. Oh my god, there's a giant crack. Oh fuck. My phone is fucked. I'm just trying to do good. Why is it so hard, man? Why is this shit so hard, man? Because it's not what I'm supposed to do. Pushed to 9/11. It's Tuesday, 19th. My plan for tomorrow is to move all this trash out over there until I get a trash bag and I can clean it myself. Then the goal hopefully is to get everything in my front seat and my trunk organized completely. There's no wind, but all the snow is directing towards me. There's no wind at all, but all the snow just started moving towards me. I eventually want to get into the space that I was in before, the way that I saw the music, so that I could, now that my studio is set up, as soon as I find a way to get income, I can get my audio interface, and that's the last thing I need is the audio interface, and then the rest is just plugins that I might be able to ask producers online if they can do, or find an AI app, or try to download a bootleg copy of the plugins. But I have a basic idea. I'm meant to thrive while I drive, so being stuck here is very hard. And it doesn't help that most people. Oh, you saw it download in real time, bro. I just got a zap that said a video that popped into my feed earlier that talking about chosen ones, and that chosen ones carry this extreme high vibrational energy and this really dense, competitive, extremely attractive energy that a lot of people want. So basically, when my car broke down, and for a week of me fighting, trying to make my dreams happen, and every single person I went up against was extremely negative and trying to ruin my life, and I'm just happy, like, hey, I'm trying to get a coffee, and people, once I get 50 subscribers and I can live stream to show you, but this is what they're doing to me now with 27 subscribers. So 26, who knows what'll happen. But they essentially kidnapped me, like last year. Met my childhood hero, 2021. I met my childhood heroes, had this amazing experience, woke up to this a new paradigm about life where I was extremely happy and excited for the next day, and then immediately there's a cop that kidnapped me illegally and sent me to a loony bin because I was just talking to him about how excited I was to start my life over, and get a job. But it was because I fell asleep in public. I didn't have a place to go that night. I didn't have money for a hostel, so I just slept by the docks. So and I woke up and said, actually, I'm excited today. Things are going really well. I'm gonna go get a job. And then he said, here, I'll give you a ride. And then as soon as I got in, I was taken and admitted to the hospital. So I think it's a Truman Show. Because as soon as I went in there, I remember passing out. And as soon as I passed out, I was in hell. And it was exactly like this, except everything was in darkness and red, and there was blood on the walls, and I could feel that everything was evil and hurting me just by being there. Like every real negative, real evil beings, and I was suffering and screaming, and then I woke up, and I thought I was here, but that could be like a little pocket dimension that I entered before I went to sleep again, where there was an old woman in the corner of this hospital room. Outside in the corner, there was like 3 rooms in this back area. There was one woman just standing at the very end, knitting and singing, Jesus loves you, Jesus loves you. And then a guy walked up to the girl in the other room and tried to talk to her and said, sorry, I'm a sex addict, and then left. Which I went to Miami to do pickup artistry with a lot of sex addicts. So I think it's a simulation. I say I'm not disabled, but I'm only not disabled. Like, I'm extremely high functioning and competent, and I probably able to change the world very quickly. Honestly, I think that I could do it, like cold calling people with a vision and slowly making changes in communities with solar panels and investing in a Snap Fitness in like a small town like this, hiring a manager that lives in the area that doesn't have to be there a lot. Like I would give him like an 8-hour salary if I have that much for him to just make sure that everything's up to date and he doesn't have to stay there all day. He can take the applications online and process them and mail the card out and have like a specific 2-hour a day office time, or even I could sit in there and learn stock trading if I was competent enough, and then I could lock it myself and use it whenever I wanted. Like I could say that Wednesdays, or like it's closed from 10 to 12 while I'm in there by myself if I just had an investor. But the problem is, as I'm doing my thing, this is the point, is that I got kidnapped again, where the owner of the tow company, or the owner of the garage that my car was parked at, said I was able to stay there in the cold like this. So I stayed there, and then suddenly the police show up and there's a tow truck there, and the tow truck that they called, which was a nice guy, like the tow truck they originally called, they were supposed to call, something came up because they're good people, so something's blocked us both. And the piece of shit showed up, and he was the one that parked my car in the worst possible spot, halfway out of the parking spot, to draw attention, because he was part of that negative system, and something new, something in his spirit influenced him to make the wrong decision. So he parked me he parked me halfway out of the spot in the middle of this causeway, this like 1-lane driveway, around this park and ride. So the whole time I had to sit there and deal with the energy of people angry, and I could hear their emotions screaming at me as they drove by. They were pissed because it was a really depressing time in the winter. These people have very bad habits. I've also Yeah. Relationships are what kills me. I just saw a light being. I just saw a different type of something. It sent a thought to the back of my head. It stimulated the back of my head like this. I felt a like a zap, like a pressure, and then it was just appeared right in front of me. And then something else just appeared above me and said, "Don't talk about it." And then I felt the disgusting McDonald's that I've been eating for days. This disgusting McDonald's. The energy just came out of my stomach, and I smelled it. So I want to at least clean this. That's the problem, is that I can't. It's hard to focus. 11:11. I want to clean this. Ideally, I could just have $1 million. I'm watching so many people in crypto make millions, but I don't have. I need a power bank, which is the like those portable batteries. Get the fuck out of here. Then somebody offered me a solar panel once I have it, so I get that power bank, and then I need Skyroam internet, some type of internet that I can work through from here, and I need probably 100 to 200 bucks, and then I can start. I can build a space. I can run the heater. I can run the computer, and I can start copy trading. I can tune into other people's wallets on the blockchain, which is very easy, and I can find how they trade and when they trade, and I can just copy when they get in, and then copy, wait for them to get out, and then get out when they get out. Because in the blockchain, you can see exactly what people are buying and when, so you could just follow the money. But where I'm parked is, I had money and I made a lot of money from it. I was here, and it was like I got attacked at once, where they surrounded me, and they were all projecting onto my consciousness, and I could feel them like malware, and I was trying to fight them off, and I was in the middle of a trade, and I was trying to like keep my energy in my body, and then something happened, like one thing happened, and I felt a big yank, and I felt tons and tons of pain. I felt my parent, like all the people that I talk about that treat me awfully, I heard them all laughing, because the evil energies got in for a second, and then all of a sudden it plummeted and I lost everything. Which that wouldn't happen. I guess we found out from yesterday that, or the other day, that they will send crows to my spot if I built a spot there. It's not like I can do it here. So I'd need big headphones. I would need a shelter logic carport that I could carry up there and build. And then I could take the pallets from up there, because there are pallets up there, a bunch of them, and there's plywood up there. And I could build a platform inside. I could raise my tent above the ground and even above the platform, so that the tent is just a bed that I can seal myself in inside the shelter logic tent. And then I could run my heater from the power bank, leave my car here but emptied, so that it's nice and it's not bothering people that it's here, instead of this big clutter. And I could go up there, and then I could see like getting an encapsulated trailer, and then running a food court, like a burrito place, because there's no good burrito places out here. We're in the middle of nowhere, and there is some money. Right now, I'm dealing with out of state people that work for Asplund Tree Expert LLC, and they have 3 trucks here, And they spend every time that they're here, their sole focus is coming around me and trying to farm my energy. And then I'll see them in town with my energy, talking and acting like me. And that's why I sound empty. And that's when I'm like freaking out, like, oh my god, what's happening to me? I'll get a notification that explains that chosen ones have this energy, that energy vampires and NPCs and people that aren't taking care of themselves because they're unwilling to commit to accountability and goal setting and taking action for themselves and getting their own way. They resort to becoming these like disgusting fiends inside that will rip you out and try to store you in them so that they can become you. And I deal with that all the time where people, it's like I think they're my friends, I think they're my family, I think they're good people, and it turns out that none of them, I've never met anyone like me. I don't steal energy. Even when I was young, I never stole energy. Like I specifically remember like my mom would be freaking out and I would sit there laying in the bed and she'd be running in circles screaming freaking out because I have to go to school. And that wasn't me farming her for power. That was me really trying to hold on to my comfort because I didn't want to go to school. These people, it's more like they're aware and they want it. A good example is the guy that messaged people online and like not messaged people, he posted on Facebook that, see, it's hard to focus. He posted on Facebook my story and all these people were commenting excited to help me. A couple people brought me one sausage McGriddle, no soda, just a sausage McGriddle, and like chucked it on the side of the car. Some people gave me like $5 cash and some food. One person brought me to get a shower, but the whole time that they were talking, they're like, "You should come for dinner. You should come stay a while. You should come hang out." And then she'd get mad and she'd posture at me and like lunge like this. "You should stay at my house," like that. And then as soon as the thing went over and I felt like a lot of my energy had been stolen, they haven't hit me up in days. They didn't want me, they wanted this light, that I was like this beacon of light, this amazing story of the kid that overcame this big obstacle and he's trying his best to make it. As soon as, and I saw his post. It was virtue signaling and attention seeking, and everybody was trying to give him validation and gaslight and glaze him because he owns a tow company and he's a young guy. So they were glazing him because a lot of the people want his favor. You know, he's a tow guy. He's like a local business owner in the area. He's a important dude to have in your roster. So there's all these like old ladies are gassing him up, and like not always, but like middle-aged ladies. And then there was a couple people that were like, "I will 100% go help him," and those people were the ones that did it because they wanted to say that they did it on Facebook. And as soon as the hype train died, I have not seen or heard a word from them, when I actually probably need more help because I've deteriorated more mentally and spiritually being here, especially after feeling like they're just constantly draining the life out of me. I'm hoping that it's to prepare me for the new energies in spring and revelations and the solar eclipse, the final days, the final end game. I really have no care anymore to make anything happen, which was my whole purpose in life. I was fighting this whole time to make something happen and to be this light in the community, this shining golden role model character. And every time I get so close, they just, it's a maze hunting for cheese, and then they take the cheese away and then they rape the mouse. So that was the first thing that this energy vampire tried to take away from me was by trauma dumping about. I'm like, it's her and her daughter, and she's driving me to take a shower, and she's trying to get me emotionally invested by trauma dumping. So she's just going off and off about, and she's a smart person. I could tell what she was doing. I've been around gang members. I know the game. I know what they're doing by asserting that. Is saying that, no, I'm actually the victim here. Feel me? Because then later, if you submit to that, you lose your sense of self. You lose your own struggle. You feel me? They try to rope away your identity. Um, I'm just sitting here being tortured every day, and then when I submit like a dog and stop trying, then I let these people kind of jerk off their own ego by giving me a McDonald's sandwich or a cappuccino because I'm hung low and I'm limping. That's me. That's my time.